Welcome to our online English class. This is Chandrasekhar Sikdar, lecturer of English, Dhaka Shiksha Board Laboratory School and College. Dear students, don't feel nervous because I am always with you. Dear students, we have been detached for a long time because of coronavirus or COVID-19 pandemic, which creates health crisis throughout the world. In fact, this is the greatest challenge we have faced after the world wars. Dear students, before starting our class, I would like to play a game with you. Are you ready? Okay, it's one kind of puzzle or riddle for you. First of all, I will show you some pictures and then you will try to guess what kind of picture is it or where is it situated. Okay, so let me show you the picture. Yes, this is a very beautiful picture. Try to guess whether it is a picture of an ocean or a lake or a river. Can you say? Oh yes, you. Yes, you say lake. Right, it's a picture of a lake. Now the second puzzle. Is it the picture of Saint Martin Island or Inani Beach or the beautiful Cox's Bazar? Can you say? Oh yes, Saint Martin Island. Oh, right, you are correct. This is a picture of Saint Martin Island. And now the last puzzle for you. Wow, how does it look? It looks really awesome. Can you guess where is it situated? Perhaps you may not guess. Okay, I'll tell you where is it situated. But tell me frankly, do you wish to go there? Oh yes, you wish to go there. When? During holidays, right? We wish to visit such wonderful place during holidays. Okay. And now tell me, why do we wish to go such type of places? To get some pleasure. Living in this tiresome and boring life in city, sometimes we want to feel fresh and then we want to go to nature. Okay, because going to nature or coming in close contact with nature, we can get some peace. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the name of this place is the Lake Isle of Innisfree. It is situated in Ireland. Okay, and you know, in English literature there is a famous poet named W.B. Yeats who wrote a poem about this place, and the name of that wonderful poem is the Lake Isle of Innisfree. So our today's topic is the Lake Isle of Innisfree, and you will get it in your textbook, page number 146, Unit 12, Lesson 1. But if you have a copy of new edition, you will get it in Unit 10, Lesson 1. Okay? By the end of the lesson, students will be able to tell the biography of the poet, recite the poem correctly, comprehend the native speaker's intonation, ask and answer questions, infer meaning from the context, and they will be able to write down the summary or the theme of the poem. Okay, dear students, now let me tell you about the biography of the poet, which is very, very important, and you should know it to understand the motive of the writer or the poet. Okay, now let me tell you the biography of W.B. Yeats. W.B. Yeats, He was born in 13 June 1865 and died in 28 January 1939. He is an Irish poet. He is considered the 20th century poet. He got Nobel Prize in 1923, and the major theme of his writings indicate his yearning for love and peace, and these are his important works: Byzantium, The Second Coming, The Tower, The Winding Stair, Easter 1960, The Rose When You Are Old. Here one thing I should say, that W.B. Yeats in his early writings showed his yearning for love and peace. He found in nature a refuge or shelter from the ugliness of city life, and this conception, this ideology, this concept has been vividly expressed in his poem The Lake Isle of Innisfree, because the Lake Isle of Innisfree promises him a sort of mental peace. Now, dear students, let's listen to the recitation of the poem.
The Lake Isle of Innisfree by William Butler Yeats. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the bee-loud glade. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the vales of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnight's all a glimmer, and moon a purple glow, and evening full of the linnet's wings. I will arise and go now, for always, night and day, I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's gray, I hear it in the deep heart's core.
Okay, dear students, now I shall discuss each line of the poem in detail so that you can understand the meaning of its sentences. Okay? I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattle made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the bee-loud glade. Okay, the poet, waking up from very early in the morning, he wishes to go to Innisfree, and going there, he will build a small cabin made of mud and wattle. I'll tell you the meaning of the words that are in red color. Okay. And he will also cultivate 9 bean rows, and he wishes to get a hive for honeybee, and he will live there alone and wants to hear the melodious sound of the bee. Next, and I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow. The poet expects to get peace, and because peace comes with natural gifts one after another, and these are dropping from vales of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnights all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening full of linnet's wing. Okay, in the morning the poet will hear the sweet song of the cricket, a kind of insect, and at midnight the moon will shine, and at noon the purple color will spread throughout the horizon, and in the evening the place will be full of linnet. Linnet is a kind of small European bird. And here one very interesting thing is that the same idea has been reflected in another poem. I have seen Bengal's Face in your textbook, written by Jivanananda Das in Banglar Mukh ami dekhiyechi. In that poem, Jivanananda Das also expresses the same concept, and he also gives vivid description of nature, and he also mentioned a small bird, that is swallow, roasting under huge umbrella-like leaves. And in Lake Isle of Innisfree, W.B. Yeats mentioned the name of a bird, linnet, and here you see swallow, Jivanananda Das. That means magpie, or in Bangla, doel. So we find a great similarity between the two poets in their respective poems. And the last 4 lines: I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear lake water lapping with a low sound by the shore. While I stand on the roadway or on the pavement grey, I hear it in the deep heart's core. The poet wished to go there every day and every night. And now you see the poet is in the city, he is walking alone on the street, but in his imagination he can still hear the melodious or the sweet tone of the lake water. Okay, and this is a wonderful comparison. The same idea or the same conception has been expressed in another poem, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud by William Wordsworth. In that poem, Wordsworth says, for often when on my course, in a vacant or pensive mood, they flash upon that inward, my heart with pleasure fills and danced with the daffodils. That means once Wordsworth visited a host of golden daffodils. The magnificent scenery of the wonderful daffodils fills her heart with joy. And coming back to the place, Wordsworth, when he is in a pensive mood, when he is in tension and anxiety, he just closes his eyes, and in his imagination he can visualize the beautiful picture of the dancing daffodils, and as soon as he can remember the wonderful scenery, his heart fills with joy. So the same conception, the same concept has been vividly described by these two poets, William Wordsworth and W.B. Yeats. In fact, through these poems, these two poets wants to say that nature has a healing power. Nature can mitigate our tension and anxiety. Okay, now let's be familiarized with some new words. First one, wattle. You see the picture? Wattle means plants and shrubs commonly known as wattle, especially in Australia and South Africa. Then glade. Glade means a grassy open space in a forest. Then glimmer. Glimmer means to shine faintly or unsteadily. Linnet, a small European bird. Veils, a piece of cloth usually worn by women over the head and shoulders and sometimes over the face. Then lapping. Lapping means brim over or the gentle sound of water. Then cricket, a small jumping insect that produces short loud sounds by wings together. Now, dear students, I shall talk about a very important term, that is literary term, known as literary term, because if you study literature, especially English literature, you will find this term frequently. Okay, now literary term. Now the question arises: what is literary term? And yes, literary terms refers to the technique or style. Okay, and or you can say it is a powerful figurative speech that the writer or the poet uses to arouse emotion or feelings in the mind of the reader so that they can see the world in a new and magical way. Okay, so in this poem, The Lake Isle of Innisfree, the poet uses a very powerful literary term, that is image or images. Okay, image means picture in words. It is a replica produced in the mind of the reader by sense perception. What is that? For example, if I say a word, or if I say black cat, you just close your eyes and think. In your imagination, you will see a black cat. Okay, this is called images. And imagine the collective use of images. Okay, now the most important thing, that is writing theme, because in the examination you have to write the summary or the theme of the poem. Now, taking into consideration all the things that I have discussed earlier, you have to write the theme. Now I am writing a theme of this poem. You see, urban life with the manifestation of its atrocities and artificialities often becomes unbearable. The mechanized city life fails to give peace of mind, and as such, the poet grows eager to go in contact with beauties and bounties of nature of the rural areas. The poet longs for living in the lap of nature in a rural setting. This is the theme of this poem, but don't consider this is the only answer or only theme of this poem. You can write it in your own way. Okay, in fact, the most important thing is that we are living in the city life, and sometimes we feel bored or sometimes we become tensed. So we want to get rid of this chaotic environment, and then we wish to visit natural site. Okay, because nature has the power to mitigate our tension and anxieties. Okay, nature has a healing power. What Wordsworth in his poem Tintern Abbey mentioned, and he advises his sister Dorothy, nature never did betray those who loved her. So these very ideas have been vividly expressed in the poem The Lake Isle of Innisfree by William Butler Yeats. So this is all. Thank you very much. Hope to see you in the next class. Bye.